Welcome back to Duck Augment, a Warframe series that puts the spotlight on some of the least useful augment mods in the game. In this episode, we will be taking a look at the first two augments for Limbo that will be in this series, Haven. Before Limbo's rework, Banish was a single target ability and could target enemies regardless of which plane they were currently on. While 25% health was still mild, especially for players with low health, this did allow Limbo to give allies a boost, and with good efficiency, the ability could be spammed a few times to get allies back to full health. The reason this mod is under my radar now is due to how they reworked Banish. Now you must be in the same plane as your target, including allies, so you have to be exposed to enemies in most cases to be able to even target your ally. Even worse, however, is how they changed the ability to be multi-target, which means oftentimes you will heal your ally only to bring in a few enemies that were attacking your ally into the rift as well, defeating the purpose of the augment in the first place. You can get around this by making sure your stasis ability is active so enemies become frozen in time, but this further complicates Limbo as now bullets will be stopped and you won't be able to damage those enemies until you also go in the rift yourself. You can also no longer quick heal allies, as you must go into the rift to unbanish them, then go out of the rift again to banish them again. You also can't banish allies who are in Cataclysm for whatever reason, so with a mass crowd control build focused on stasis, healing allies is nearly impossible. For me personally, Limbo is obnoxiously complicated for a fast-paced game like Warframe, and trying to decide which ability to use, and also keep track of durations, banished enemies, and stasis just gives me a headache. I will fully admit that I hate Limbo now and his entire playstyle no longer suits me, but I will also admit that it is simply because he is too complicated for me personally. I realize how powerful and useful he can be, but even considering that, I have little use to this augment mod due to the Banish being a multi-target ability now, regardless. So you're probably thinking, how could DE fix this mod to make it more useful? I only have one suggestion for this mod sadly, as the main issue with the mod is the multi-targeting ability of Banish in its current form. The mod will remove its multi-target capabilities when targeting an ally, so it won't spread to nearby enemies as well. The mod will allow Limbo to use Banish on players on any plane, and players marked with Banish will get a passive armor buff of 500 armor as long as they stay banished. That way, players have an excuse to stay in the rift, as they will be able to resist more enemy fire who are in the rift already. While not perfect, it would allow the mod to be useful again, and more useful than it was before due to the armor bonus it will give to players. This has been Duck Augment. Tune in next time where we will take a look at yet another augment mod.